Hey, my name is Ric Morley, and I've got a story to tell you about l-arginine. When I first started taking l-arginine, I had a hiatal hernia, I had gastric reflux, I had PAD, peripheral artery disease, and gout-like symptoms in my feet. A month after I started taking l-arginine, all of those symptoms disappeared. And while I had gastric reflux and hiatal, I was taking Nexium morning and night, and Tums in between. Since that time, I haven't had any Nexium for over 3 or 4 months. Now, in the process, I also had a problem with my eyesight, and I thought I'd better go in and see the doctor. And just before I went into the doctor, they told me that I'd probably need new glasses. And I went into the doctor, and he started looking in my left eye, and then he'd look in my right eye, and then he would go back and look in my left eye, and then we'd go look at the chart. Then he would come back and look at my right eye, and then he looked at me and he says, "Well, I thought you had a detached retina." And I said, "Well, you're the one that diagnosed that, so you tell me." And so he went back and looked at the chart, and he came back and he says, "Well, your detached retina has totally healed. You have no scarring. There's nothing done." He says, "By the way, you've gone down 2 prescription sizes in your glasses." And I thought, well, that's great. I says, "You should know about l-arginine because that's the only thing that's been different in my life." I was in a motorcycle accident, and I was in Delta, Colorado while I was riding this motorcycle, and I had to lay the motorcycle down in this accident. And what happened to me was this: I had a partially severed foot. It was only hanging by the Achilles tendon and 2 pieces of skin. I had 6 broken ribs and a punctured lung and lots of road rash. And as I got into the hospital, the doctor said, "You're going to be in surgery for at least 4 to 5 hours, and we've got to do a lot of repair." Well, I went into surgery, and I was only in there for an hour. When I came back out, the doctor says it was really quick. He says everything just fit right back together, and he says the only thing I can attribute it to is that you had the bones of a 20-year-old. You've been doing something. Are you an exerciser? Whatever you do to keep your bones strong, keep doing it. The good thing that I wanted to tell you, though, was when I got in the hospital, they told me that I'd be in intensive care for at least a week and a half, 2 weeks, and in the hospital for at least a month, month and a half. I was out of the intensive care in 3 days. I was out of the hospital in 5. I started taking 9 scoops in the morning and 7 scoops at night while I was in the hospital. It all worked out great. I'm now walking on this foot. I've been walking on the foot since the 1st of September, which is exactly 2 months. And it's about a month, 6 weeks before I was supposed to even start walking on it. So there's my story, and I'm sticking to it.